The planet Korath Prime hangs in space like a tumor. Its star was murdered 30 years ago, a Dominion pacification experiment that collapsed the local sun into a cinder the color of dried blood. Now Korath drifts through perpetual twilight, its surface lit only by the corpse glow of orbital mirrors and the neon scars of mining rigs that chew the crust for rare isotopes. Commander Riley Kane, Terran Shadow Legion, drops from low orbit in a black needle pod no larger than a coffin. His mission: infiltrate Dominion Archive Spire 9, steal the ledger proving they glassed Earth, then vanish. One man, no rescue clause. The pod punches through the toxic cloud layer. Retro thrusters flare violet, then die. Riley falls into a canyon of rust-red rock where the wind screams like tortured metal. He lands in the bones of an abandoned city. Skyscrapers lean together like drunks, windows long since melted into frozen tears. The air tastes of copper and endings. Riley ghosts toward the spire, a needle of obsidian stabbing the bruised sky. That's when the screaming starts. A Dominion prison convoy lies wrecked across the canyon floor, escorts already fleeing in panic. In the center cage, a single prisoner. Female, Silari, skin like moonlit water, wings of living glass shredded by neural lashes. Royal glyphs flicker weakly on her throat, house markings of a dynasty the Dominion erased. Every escort abandons her to the coming rad storm. They seal the cage and run. Riley's finger hovers over his rifle. Orders are clear. No witnesses, no delays. Instead he snarls, "Screw it," blows the cage lock with a microcharge, and drags her into his arms. She weighs less than grief. Her eyes, liquid starlight, find his. "Human?" she whispers, voice cracked crystal. "Yeah," Riley growls, sprinting for cover as the rad storm howls in. "And in the first 25 seconds of meeting you, princess, we just hooked up in the middle of hell." She laughs, broken, stunned, beautiful, and buries her face against his neck as lightning made of radiation forks overhead. Behind them, the convoy explodes under the storm's fury. Ahead, the spire waits, and with it the proof that humanity never really died. The war has already begun. The rad storm is a living thing, violet lightning that flays flesh, wind that screams in dead languages, rain that glows green and eats metal. Riley hauls the Silari woman, her name is Vela, she gasps between coughs, into the lee of a collapsed Hab tower. The air here is only poison instead of instant death. Her wings are shredded glass. Every movement spills liquid starlight blood that hisses on the ground. Neural lash burns stripe her torso like black lightning frozen mid-flash. Riley slaps a stim patch on his own neck, his last one, and presses it to her skin instead. "You're wasting it," she rasps. "Shut up and breathe, princess." He rips open his medkit, sprays biofoam over the worst wounds. She arches, biting back a scream that would shatter crystal. Dominion skiffs streak overhead, searchlights carving the storm like knives. One beam locks on the tower. Riley drags her deeper into the ruins, boots skidding on molten glass. "They'll glass the whole canyon if they spot us." Vela's fingers find his wrist, surprisingly strong. "Then leave me. Your mission." "My mission just change." He meets her eyes, molten starlight in a dying world. Something electric passes between them, older than the storm. "Why?" she whispers. "Because I've seen what happens when humans stop giving a damn," he says. "Not doing that again." A skiff dives, rail cannon charging. Riley scoops her up, sprints through a breach in the wall into the city's skeletal subway. Behind them the tower explodes into green fire. In the dark tunnel, emergency strobes still flicker centuries later. Vela's blood paints glowing constellations on the floor. She touches the dog tags under his armor, names of his squad, lost when Earth burned. "You carry the dead with you," she says softly. "Always." "Then carry me too," she answers, and kisses him once, quick, desperate, tasting of ozone and survival. The storm howls above. The spire waits below. Riley grins against her lips. "Worst first date ever." "Best one," she breathes. They descend into the dark together, one human and one alien who should be enemies, running straight into the heart of the empire that murdered both their worlds. The subway tunnels open into Korath Prime's Undercity, a cathedral of rust and silence where the planet's original inhabitants were buried alive when the sun died. Bioluminescent veins of crystal crawl across walls like frozen lightning. Every footstep rings like a funeral bell. Riley carries Vela through the dark, her weight nothing, her heartbeat thunder against his chest. The neural lashes left her half paralyzed, only his stim patch keeps her conscious. They reach a circular chamber lit by a single shard of living glass the size of a man. It pulses slow and wounded, the last fragment of Korath's sun core, kept alive as a trophy. Vela's eyes widen. A sun heart. My people used these to sing worlds back to life. Riley lowers her beside it. Then sing, princess. Because we're about to have company. Boots echo above, Dominion death squads descending the shafts. Red targeting dots dance across the crystal walls. Vela places trembling palms against the sun heart. There is a binding. Old Silari. 2 souls, 1 song. It will heal me, and chain us forever. You will feel my pain. I will carry your rage. Do you accept? Riley kneels, presses his forehead to hers. I've been chained to worse things than you. She sings. The note is low, aching, beautiful enough to crack planets. The sun heart answers in a voice of molten light. Glass wings reform along her back with a sound like 1,000 bells. Riley's scars ignite, every burn from Earth's glassing, every bullet wound, then cool into silver lines that match her blood. Crimson gold threads spiral between their hearts. Their pulses lock. He tastes starlight on his tongue. She feels human fury like warm whiskey in her veins. When it ends, Vela stands whole, wings blazing. Riley stands taller, eyes glowing with borrowed sunlight. The death squad breaches the chamber, 20 elites in void black armor, plasma lances humming. Vela's voice rings out again, now braided with Riley's gravel-throated growl. The sun heart explodes into a nova of white fire that turns the squad's visors to molten slag. Men scream as memories of every world they glassed flood back. Riley walks through the light untouched, coil rifle singing precise death. Where Vela's song touches, armor shatters like glass. Where his bullets fly, they curve around corners no human eye could see. In 30 seconds the chamber is silent except for cooling metal and 20 broken bodies. Vela sags into his arms, glowing wings folding around them both. You sing pretty good for a human, she whispers, breathless. You shoot pretty good for a princess, he answers, kissing her hard enough to taste tomorrow. Above, the spire's archive waits, and with it the ledger that will light the galaxy on fire. They ascend together, 1 heartbeat, 2 species, unstoppable. The archive spire rises through the storm like a black needle stabbing the heart of Korath Prime. Lightning crawls over its surface, feeding the shields that keep the rad winds out and the truth locked in. Riley and Vela ride a maintenance lift stolen from the slaughter below. The car rattles upward through layers of poison sky. Her wings are folded tight against the wind. His arm is locked around her waist like it was forged there. The binding glows between them, soft, steady, lethal. At level 999 the lift doors hiss open onto a cathedral of data. Rivers of holographic light cascading between obsidian monoliths, each one holding the death certificates of entire species. Earth's file floats in the center, 7 billion names scrolling in blood-red script, stamped extinct. Vela's breath catches. Riley feels the grief knife through the bond and answers with a surge of pure, protective rage that makes her wings flare involuntarily. Eyes on me, princess, he murmurs. We're not here to mourn. We're here to invoice. He jacks a spike into the nearest monolith. Terabytes of Dominion war crimes flood his suit's drive. Coordinates of glassed worlds, sterilization campaigns. The order to collapse Korath's sun signed by Grand Admiral Zareth Vale himself. Alarms shriek. Gravity flips. The floor becomes a wall. They fall upward into a spherical kill arena of mirrored glass and hard light blades. In the center waits Zareth Vale, 10 feet of bio-augmented terror, 6 arms, face a porcelain mask carved into permanent disdain. Commander Kane, the Admiral purrs through Vox grills. And the last Silari songbird. How poetic. You will both scream beautifully before I add Earth's sequel to the ledger. Hard light blades ignite in a cyclone. Mirrors multiply the Admiral into 1,000 reflections. Riley grins, teeth white in the dark. Funny. I was about to say the same to you. He charges straight into the storm, Vela's wings flaring wide behind him like a cape of living starfire. The blades come down. The kill arena spins like a blender made of light and lies. Hard light blades whirl in perfect, lethal geometry. Every mirror shows 1,000 Zareth veils, 6 arms weaving death, porcelain mask reflecting Riley and Vela from every possible angle of dying. Riley moves first, low, fast, human mean. A blade meant for his throat slices only air as he slides under the Admiral's guard, slamming a breaching charge against the nearest mirror. The glass explodes into silver rain. Vela rises above the chaos, wings blazing sunfire. She sings a single, impossible note, the sound a star makes when it forgives the dark. The mirrors ripple, then crack in perfect spider webs. Zareth laughs, voice layered with 100 throats. Your little duet is quaint. But empires are built on silence. He lunges, 6 plasma whips cracking like thunder. One catches Riley across the ribs, armor parting like paper, blood painting the air. Pain detonates through the bond. Vela screams it back at the Admiral tenfold. The resonance flares white hot. Riley feels her voice in his bones, ancient, royal, furious. She feels his refusal to die, raw, human, beautiful. Together they become something the Dominion never modeled. Riley rolls under another whip, plants both boots in Zareth's chest, and rides the Admiral backward into a mirror. The glass shatters, the reflection dies screaming. Vela dives, wings slicing the air like blades of pure light. She sings again, this time the note that unmade Korath's son. The hard light cyclone falters, blades stuttering mid-spin. Zareth roars, rips free a lance of black energy, and hurls it straight at Vela's heart. Riley intercepts it with his body. The lance punches through ceramite, through flesh, stops an inch from her chest, caught by the resonance threads glowing like molten gold. Riley's blood drips upward in the reversed gravity, each drop singing. He looks at Vela, grins through red teeth. Catch, princess. He rips the lance free and drives it through Zareth's porcelain mask. The Admiral staggers, mask cracking to reveal something almost afraid. Vela lands beside Riley, wings folding around him like living armor. Together they push, human muscle and Silari song braided into one unstoppable force. The lance sinks deeper until black blood fountains and the Grand Admiral of the Dominion collapses, 6 arms twitching like dying spiders. The mirrors go dark. Gravity rights itself. The Spire's broadcast array lights up behind them, the stolen ledger already uploading to every corner of the galaxy. Vela catches Riley as he falls, cradling his broken body against her newly healed wings. You idiot human, she whispers, tears cutting starlight tracks down her cheeks. Worth it, he rasps, thumb brushing her lip. Empire's about to learn what happens when you glass a human's homeworld. Above them, the storm breaks for the first time in 30 years. A single shaft of real sunlight spears through the clouds and lands on them like a promise. The shaft of sunlight widens into a spear of pure gold. Across Korath Prime, every holoscreen, every slave collar, every Dominion warship bridge flickers to the same image, the ledger. World after world burning, Earth's final moments in high-definition agony. The Admiral's own signature glowing like an accusation. Then Riley and Vela appear, blood-soaked, defiant, wrapped in each other's arms atop the broken spire. The resonance threads between them blaze so bright the cameras white out for a full second. Vela's voice rings out across every frequency, soft as sunrise and sharp as vengeance. This is what your empire built. This is what love just tore down. Riley lifts the shattered piece of Zareth's mask like a trophy. Message to the Dominion, he growls, voice raw but unbreakable. You glassed our homeworld. Congratulations. You just started a war with the one species that never learned how to quit. The feed cuts to static. Then the sky answers. Human ships tear out of fold space like avenging ghosts, sleek black cruisers, battered colony arcs, war moons the size of small planets. Names scroll across every hull. Remember Luna, never again, Vela's song. They have been hiding for 30 years, breeding in the dark, waiting for this exact moment. Dominion fleets scramble, but their chains of command are already fracturing. Captains who watched the broadcast open fire on their own flagships. Entire sectors declare neutrality in the space of heartbeats. On the Spire's ruined apex, Riley is dying. The lance wound is too deep, blood pools silver and red on the glass floor. Vela kneels, wings mantling over him like living dawn. No, she says, fierce. Not after everything. She presses her forehead to his, sings the oldest Silari note, the one mothers used to call lost children home. The sun heart fragment in Riley's chest, lodged there when the mirrors shattered, flares white hot. Light pours into the wound, knitting muscle, sealing arteries, turning scar tissue into new skin. Riley gasps back to life, eyes wide and glowing with borrowed starfire. Vela slumps, exhausted. He catches her before she falls. Guess we're even, he whispers against her lips. Never, she answers, and kisses him like the war is already won. Below, the first human boots hit Korath soil in 3 decades. Above, the cinder sun flickers, just once, as if remembering how to burn. The Empire is bleeding from a wound no shield can close. Korath Prime burns clean for the first time in 30 years. The orbital mirrors crack and fall like black snow. The cinder sun flares, weak, wounded, but alive, as human engineers pour stolen energy into its heart. Light, real light, floods the planet in a dawn no one alive has ever seen. On the shattered apex of Archive Spire 9, Riley stands with Vela in his arms, wings of living glass spread wide to catch the newborn sun. Human Marines form a ring around them, helmets off, faces streaked with tears and soot. They do not salute. They kneel. Colonel Marcus Reyes, commander of the Hidden Fleet Remember Luna, approaches through the kneeling ranks. Commander Kane, he says, voice cracking, the Dominion High Command has surrendered unconditionally. Every sector is ours. Earth's children are coming home. Riley looks at Vela. She is crying golden tears that steam in the new light. He kisses her once, slow, reverent, tasting of sunrise and second chances. Tell them to come carefully, he says. This world's been dark a long time. It needs gentle hands. Reyes grins like a wolf seeing open sky. Copy that, sir. And ma'am, he adds to Vela, bowing deep. Welcome to the family. A cheer rises from the Marines, raw, joyous, human. It rolls down the spire, across the waking planet, into every comm channel still open. Billions of voices, human, Silari, 100 freed species, answer back. Vela cups Riley's face. You gave my people back their son. You gave mine back our future, he answers. She rests his hand on her belly, still flat, but the resonance already hums with a third heartbeat, small and fierce. Looks like we're starting a new species, she whispers. Riley laughs until he can't breathe, then kisses her again while the sun climbs higher and Korath Prime remembers how to hope. Far below, the first garden seeds, carried in human pockets for 30 years, are pressed into soil that has never known green. The war is over. The living has just begun. 20 years later, Korath Prime is no longer a tomb world. Its sun burns steady gold, coaxed back to full life by human stubbornness and Silari song. The planet has been renamed Nova Terra, Second Earth, Second Chance. Cities of glass and green spiral skyward beside forests that sing when the wind moves through them. Riley Kane stands on the balcony of a house built halfway up a cliff of living crystal. His hair is more silver than black now, scars pale across sun-brown skin. In his arms sleeps a boy, 6 years old, wings of molten glass, eyes the exact green of old Earth oceans. Their daughter, older, races skybikes with human cousins below, laughter bright as bells. Vela steps behind him, arms sliding around his waist, wings folding over them all like a living dawn. She is radiant, crown of starlight flowers woven into silver hair, the same royal glyphs glowing softly on her throat. Her belly is round again with their third. Still the worst hookup in galactic history. She teases, lips against the scar where Zareth's lance once kissed him. Best decision I ever made, he answers, turning to kiss her slow and deep, tasting of home and forever. Below, the cliff is carved with a single line in both Terran and Silari script. They glassed our homeworld. We gave them a new one. Every year on Rebirth Day, children of 100 species gather beneath those words to hear the story. How one human refused to leave a dying princess in a rad storm. How her song and his rage toppled an empire. How love planted gardens where only ashes had been. Tonight the sky fills with ships, not warships, but colony arcs. Earth's remnants have been found, a blue marble cracked but healing. The first joint human Silari expedition returns at dawn. Riley's son stirs, murmurs in his sleep. Riley kisses the boy's forehead, feels Vela's hand settle over his heart where the resonance still glows soft and steady. We did it, he whispers. We actually did it. Vela smiles against his shoulder, wings shimmering. No, my love, we're still doing it. Every sunrise, every child, every time someone chooses mercy over orders. The twin suns, one reborn, one remembered, touch the horizon together, painting the sky in colors the galaxy forgot existed. In the House of Crystal and Oak, a human marine and a Silari queen hold their family close while the universe learns a new truth. You glassed their homeworld. They forgave you anyway, and built a better one.